And we can also bring in our correspondent, Rawad Taha, who's been tirelessly reporting for us from Beirut. Rawad, thanks for speaking to me. You've had barely any sleep this night, I imagine, and I guess it's the same for most people where you are.
Indeed, I only had 1 or 2 hours of sleep early morning. This has been a very horrible night. The amount of destruction, the amount of the mass evacuations that happened in Beirut's southern suburbs, the number of people who fled Beirut's southern suburbs on a short notice, walking on their foot from Beirut's southern suburbs to downtown, to the beach, to areas which are in Beirut, which are known to be safer. The scale of the bombardment and the number of the airstrikes that were launched by the Israeli army overnight, targeting Beirut's southern suburbs, is huge. We still even don't have any toll on the number of casualties or injuries from those airstrikes, to the point that ambulances and paramedics and were not even able to reach Beirut's southern suburbs during the night hours. So the size of the destruction and what it left behind is still not clear. Now, we've seen warnings coming from the Israeli army at around 11 p.m. Calling for the evacuation of a number of buildings in 3 specific areas of Beirut's southern suburbs. However, shortly after that, a large wave of bombardment targeted multiple buildings, and the situation remained tense overnight. What is really surprising until now is that we haven't heard any official statement from Hezbollah, and we haven't heard any official statement from any Lebanese official, be it the caretaker prime minister or the speaker of parliament. There is complete silence from the Lebanese side. No one is even addressing the people of Beirut's southern suburb. No one is addressing the people of Lebanon of what's going on. Not Hezbollah, not the Lebanese government. There's just so much uncertainty. And what is even more surprising is the significant blows which Hezbollah took over the past 2 weeks. The pagers attacks, the walkie-talkie attacks, the assassination of its entire Radwan Force leadership last week in Beirut's southern suburbs, then the attack on its headquarters, which leaves us with no information about the fate of the entire organization's top military leadership and the fate of Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah himself. There is great uncertainty on this side of the border for the time being. It is unclear to what extent did Hezbollah suffer over the past week. There's a lot of questioning about Hezbollah's capabilities at this point, and there's a lot of uncertainty for how long will this war take, and how will it end, and what is the fate of Hezbollah's leadership, and will the Israelis start a ground invasion? A lot of questions, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of destruction in Beirut's southern suburbs, and definitely a lot of panic, especially among the residents of Beirut's southern suburbs who had to flee the city on a very short notice.
We know that another power center for Hezbollah is in the east, in the Bekaa region. Now, Israel's said that it's hit Hezbollah targets just this Saturday morning in this region as well. Before this week, it was mostly spared. What do we know about these strikes and what's going on in Bekaa?
Now, the strikes have expanded overnight, so simultaneously as Israel started massively bombarding the southern suburbs of Beirut, we witnessed a lot of airstrikes in southern Lebanon. Now, that was the case over the past 2 days. However, over the past 24 hours in particular, we saw that the strikes targeting new areas, be it in the Bekaa Valley in the eastern side of Lebanon, be it sites located on the border with Syria, illegal smuggling routes that are known to be used by Hezbollah, also targeting the western range of Mount Lebanon, the mountain peaks. So the scale of the expansion of the areas that have been targeted by Israel has widened a lot overnight. Now, as I'm speaking to you, I'm taking the coastal highway from Beirut to the north. And it seems like there is some sort of a dichotomy in this country. When I'm driving on this
All
coastal
right, we're having
highway
a bit of trouble
from
with the
Beirut
line
towards
there.
the
I'm
city
afraid I
of.
have to interrupt you, Rawad Taha, but thank you very much for speaking to us here on France 24. That's Rawad Taha reporting from Beirut.